What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to some Dungeon Defenders 2 and my fresh playthrough in 2022. We are here in the Temple of the Necrotic on Adventure Mode. Now, this is going to close out this region and award me with those 150 gems. So definitely do your Adventure Mode regions. The first 3 of them is going to give you 150 gems per zone. And it's the only place in the entire game where you can ever earn the premium currency without spending money. So let's go ahead and hop on in and get things started. We got a big map here, 1300 DU to go around. And we've got the whole, kind of a little sample of what's to come here in Incursions. So we are going to have Maldonis up there, and, you know, we are going to do our best to get it done here. Let's go ahead and start things off right over here on this lane. Now I'm going to go up a little close here and slap a wall down right there. And then while we're here, we might as well go ahead and throw in those lovely and delicious flame auras. And let's get those all the way up the lane to the spawn there. Now, as you see, we only spent 150 DU. So we're going to be able to come back and get things done there on that one. Now, additionally, you see, we have got some kobolds. Now, these are going to be the dive bombing flavor, so there's a pretty solid chance that Skyguard will get destroyed. However, I am going to put it there to help things out anyway. Now, if we take a look at this lane, here you see we got squigglies to the left, we got squigglies to the right. Oh yeah, we got squigglies, and let's just go something like this. We're going to put one wall there. We'll throw another one about like that. And, you know, just to be safe, we'll drop one right here for any of the stragglers that might decide to make their way through. Now, we are going to go ahead and, once again, delish it up with some wonderful flame auras. So, let's go ahead and go back to there. We'll go all the way up into the spawns here. And just kind of really spread them around as best as possible right up in here. Looking pretty good. Now, I haven't gone through the loot at all, but I haven't changed anything. Now, with that in mind, I did find myself a snazzy weapon. So, 4 per second Penta 3. Yeah, I like it. It'll get those marks applied really easily and let me start dropping that arcane onto them. Here is the armor I'm going with. Just, I've been auto-equipping, so whatever is on the ground, that's the best piece. Now we've got another flyer lane here. If we look here, we've got lightning bugs. So these are going to come out a little further. Let's go ahead and go with a Skyguard, say, right about there. Taking a look through the monk, we're using those same relics. Still no shards yet. You know, Chaos 1 is where we're going to start getting the good shardage. So hopefully we have a little luck with the destruction shards there. Let's see. We're going to go with a wall there. We'll get another wall, say like right there. And then here, I think we'll go with one, say right about there. And we'll go with one right about here. Now, we've got a whole lot of DU left, and we are going to just spam it up with the flame auras. Now, anything that's left over, we're going to go ahead and go back and dump into lightning strike auras. So, let's just get our flame auras down first. Something like that, maybe? Just kind of getting the best ground coverage as possible. Still 300 DU left. That's what, 10 flame auras. Not sure we're going to be using 10, but that is 10. Let's see, let's go right there, and then we'll do the same thing. We'll go, just kind of spam them up in here. Okay, now that leaves me 90. So with 90, can we get one more in here anywhere? Not really on that lane. What about over here? Can we do anything over here? I think we can get maybe double dip a little bit here in the front. Get a little of that up front damage just kicking off. So let's just go with a flame aura there. A flame aura there. Now that's going to leave me 60. Now with 60, we're going to go lightning strike on the wall. I don't think we're going to mess around with those middle lanes. We'll just let those, that's going to be all skeletons. So we'll go with a lightning strike here, just kind of splitting it between the two lanes. And then we'll do the same thing over here. Just one lightning strike to kind of cover it all for any of the fatter mobs that are going to make it through. Now, I'm still DPSing on the Apprentice, of course, so let's let it fly. You see here, use the Holy Aura to remove Mal'Donis marks. Now, on the incursion, that's a big part of the incursion, as you're going to want to run around and clear those marks, or if you're strong enough, completely ignore them. Now, another thing, you saw our little spirit here. There's a dark mark there. So, to clear these marks, all you have to do is run up to them with the buff that you get from the Holy Artifact. Now, you're not going to see the buff as an indicator anywhere, but you do have that little particle effect on your character itself. So, just keep an eye out for that. And, oh, this weapon is going to make short work of stuff. It's a much better one, that's for sure. The buff will last a really long time. In fact, I think it might last until death. I'm not 100% positive on that one. But it does last for quite a while, so unless you die, you don't need to go back over and refresh your mark. You will see that particle effect drop off if you lose it. And there was our first dive bomber. Oh, man. Now, you don't have to clear the marks, but that is kind of the puzzle mechanic of the map. So, although you don't have to clear them, if you do clear them, then, you know, you're going to be able to run around and stand in those wherever you want. Now, end-game players doing this on the incursion will just ignore those marks and, you know, just kind of AFK it out. Okay, you see our buff is finally gone, and I was taking damage from standing in it. So no, it doesn't last until death. That is confirmed. Let's run over. We'll get our buff again. And you see that particle effect going once again on the hero. And then we can just run over and cleanse the dark mark there. And there we go. So we're going to do the usual, and that is we're going to upgrade the entrance side of the lane. So we want the most damage going on them right up front, hoping, of course, to just completely destroy the enemy right there. Now, as I mentioned, there is a lot of environmental traps on this one, so they're actually quite fun. There's quite a few that are quite fun, and we'll run over those on this next wave here. So let's go ahead and we'll spam this one up all the way down the lane, and should be in good shape. We'll refresh our buff there a little bit. We took a little bit of wall damage, but not enough to worry about. And then, as you see, we've got kobolds coming out over here this time. One of the challenges using Skyguard towers with dive bombing kobolds is until you get some range, you just don't have enough. And the Deadly Strike Shard, of course, is not going to drop until Chaos 3. And we don't have any Ascension yet since we're not level 50. So we can't get any extra range at all on those particular defenses. So I am going to give a little bit of an assist here when it comes to these dive bombers. That one went into the wall there. Now here is one of the traps, the bell here. It shoots the little guy out. We've got another bell over there. Now, of course, the enemies have to be down to that point in the lane for them to do anything, but it will push the enemies right off the map. So it is an instant kill mechanic, which is quite nice and fun to use. Always fun to see enemies flopping around and getting launched. Now, we had another kobold dive bomb over there. We've also got a siege roller, so we're going to want to make sure we get up in that siege roller booty and make sure we kill it here, because you got to get them siege rollers from behind, of course. We all know this already. Let's just get them. There we go. Siege roller down. And we're able to kind of just chillax it out. We've got no apparent emergencies. Now, this map right here is one of my favorite maps in Dungeon Defenders 2. I just like it. I think it's a pretty map. I think they did a great job with the art style on it. It came during a really fun time in the game where loot was super grindable and super important, and it wasn't just like a handbag to hold your shards and mods. But this map came during a Halloween event, and I'm not positive, but I believe it was 2015, and the map's just fun to run. Now, a lot of people don't like this one. I mentioned it before, this and the Dead Road, because the mob counts are high. If you look, 472 mobs on a campaign difficulty map, it's a lot of mobs, and a lot of mobs, of course, means it takes the map a while to run. So that is the downside of the map, but This one was a super fun grinder for me for a long time. I mean, I found some great loot on this map, and some very fond memories of this one, that's for sure. Nothing good there. Let's just go ahead and fire it up. We'll let this 472 start burning off. Let's get our buff refreshed here. That way we're ready to clear those marks. Okay, now taking a look at the minimap now, we're going to have some mixed flyer groups. Just make sure if you see the yellow dots on the minimap from your flyers, that you are going over and taking care of business. Now we do have a special boss here, Trick. I'm just kind of, do I want to just ignore him? We'll go ahead and kill him. So Trick getting tricked. And he's just about there. Kind of a squishy boss, kind of easy to take care of, but a boss nonetheless. We got another big flyer pack. These little lightning bucks will get up in your business if you're not careful, so you do want to make sure you're putting the smackdown on them. I'm going to continue to clear these marks just so everyone is super familiar with the mechanic if you're new to the game. However, like I mentioned, you don't really need to. Just don't stand in them. If you don't stand in them, easy peasy. Now, you know, obviously the higher difficulty of incursion you do, the more damage those marks are going to do. So here in campaign difficulty on adventure mode, they just don't do a whole lot. It's not really a super large concern. Now we got Malthius over here. We're going to want to make sure we get over here and get some shots in on Malthius. We still have our buffs, so let's go ahead and cleanse that mark. And we'll bruise this guy up a little bit. Let's just be a little bit of a high school bully here to Malthius. Oh yeah, he's gone. We got another mark there, but we got to refresh our buff. Now, yeah, like I said, there's no indicator or whatever on the buff. There's nothing to even say you got it other than that little particle effect. So just run near your holy artifact over here, and that is all it takes. Let's see. We'll go ahead and clear this one too while we're right here. And looking pretty darn good. Now, moving right along, I'm going to just kind of spam the upgrades out. Now, my main priority on this map is going to be flyers. And we've got those sky guards in place. However, the flyer groups get larger and larger as the map progresses. So I do want to keep an eye out on those flyers, no doubt. Let's just spam it up. I think we've got it effectively spammed. We got Trick again. Trick is a respawner. Kind of like Slekelion. In fact, that's where Slekelion came from. This is the OG Slekelion here, the Trick. Kind of a funny story, but I remember back in the day, when this update hit, the Halloween event, and this map came to be, I actually submitted a bug report. Thinking that Slekelion was bugged, it wouldn't despawn. So, and then of course later we find out that is an intended mechanic. Alright, we got a dive bomber over here. We better put a little bit of love onto those guys. Like I said, I'm just going to keep an eye on those flyer lanes. We got another siege roller rolling out. Siege roller rolling. Let's go ahead and cleanse a few more of these marks. And we'll get uppity on that siege roller as soon as it comes out. We actually have two siege rollers. Wow. We got one over here, too. So let's get this one first since the lane is shorter. Siege rollers for days. And one siege roller down. We got some fat loots off of that one. And looks like my Skyguard tower got walloped. I'm going to have to watch that side for flyers here through the rest of the wave. And we got to just get over and behind this other siege roller here now. Because he's going to be on that wall here pretty darn quick. But, you know, we'll be able to get him. And second siege roller down. So I think now I'm going to head over. Throw in. Looks like... let's just drop a couple of upgrades on this aura as we're losing our aura health pretty quickly. See, that Skyguard's good. Let's go ahead and do this one. I usually do prioritize this far lane over here just because it is the shortest lane. So, you know, super shorty to get to an objective. So let's make sure this one is just bringing the pain. Now, we're level 46 now. I don't think this one is going to get me to 50. In fact, I'm pretty confident it won't. However, you know, one more adventure map probably, and we'll be level 50. I'm going to go ahead and jump on over to incursions then, because I'm not overly concerned about the gems. However, I do encourage anyone who is just playing through the game for their first time to do the next adventure zone fully and get your free gems. That way you got those gems sitting. I mention this all the time, but it's because it's such a big deal. If you're a free-to-play player and you get an opportunity to get a bag, you want to jump on that opportunity. And with those 450 free gems, when a bag goes on sale, you can snag it. So yeah, good stuff right there. Let's go ahead and continue to clear off these marks. As you see, they do start really stacking. We got a little ogreliciousness here too, so let's get some shots in on our big thick homie here. Ogre down. We got a Malthius as well. Got 2 more marks, but I'm not certain I need to clear those. Might as well. Why not? And then we got a Siege Roller, of course, making its rounds over here as well. So let's just go ahead and put down this Siege Roller first. And then we'll worry about Malthius after. Bob and weave on the Siege Roller, y'all. Bob and weave. That is the key. No doubt. Get your Mike Tyson going. And make sure those Siege Rollers aren't exploding you all over the place. Healing, of course, is always a wonderful thing to do, but I refuse. So we're just going to let our health stay low here, and I'm going to work on Malthius. We're just about there. We got 70 mobs left, and it should be GG's. Oh wow, Malthius just got just a trickle of health left. There we go, he's finally down. And let's see, we've got a dive bomber right here. And then we're just waiting for those last enemies to die. So, good game there. And we got through the Temple of the Necrotic. So, yeah, another Adventure Zone map. You see we're level 48. So we went from 45 to 48 on that one. We are going to be 50 next map. So I am going to do one more Adventure Mode map. And then jump right on over and get my Chaos 1 experience started. But that will get it for now. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see ya next time around. Take it easy.